Hey, Chad Carter here with LearnHoloLens.com and ChadCarter.net. Last week I mentioned a webinar. Well, this week I'm delivering that webinar. In fact, tomorrow on Thursday. Okay, Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to have a webinar. Now, that's not a lot of notice, so I'm going to have another webinar on Friday. I'm going to actually have two on Friday, and then I'm going to have my fourth and final one on Saturday. So hopefully, one of those 4 times will work for you. So if you have any interest at all in HoloLens development, if you've enjoyed the videos I've been doing for the last several months, then I highly encourage you to check it out. I'll have a link that comes up on the screen through annotation, the card thing, and then also in the description. And it'll just take you to a landing page on my blog where you'll be able to sign up for the webinar, whichever one you want. So in fact, let me go ahead and show you the screen just so you know what to expect. Alright, so when you click the link, you'll come to this page. And again, this is the webinar on how to get started with HoloLens development. You can just simply click this button. Before we do that, we'll just quickly talk about some of the stuff we will go over on the webinar. We will talk about all the different capabilities of the HoloLens, things like gaze and gesture and spatial mapping, just everything around that the HoloLens can do. We will talk about all the tools that you absolutely have to have in order to develop for the HoloLens. And these are things that are not necessarily required, but if you want to get a jump start on HoloLens development, they're very, very beneficial to have. We'll also actually do a deployment. We'll develop and deploy an app from start to finish on both the HoloLens device and the emulator itself. We'll have a time for questions and answers at the end. So any questions you have, you can ask them and I'll answer those. And you'll be able to determine if HoloLens development is right for you. That's the whole point of these webinar. In fact, it's not just a webinar, it's 4 different webinars. So we can click on the button here. And you see we have a webinar Thursday at 10 a.m. And we have one Friday at 10 a.m. and one Friday at 8 p.m. and one Saturday at 2 p.m. And all these are Eastern Standard Time. And so, again, so the next one's going to be tomorrow on November 3rd. And then on Friday, November the 4th, we're going to have 2 different webinars, one at 10 a.m., one at 8 p.m. And then Saturday the 5th, we'll have a webinar at 2 p.m. So, with that, let me go ahead and get back to the camera. So I hope one of these times work for you and you're able to make it to the webinar. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next. How about this? I'll see you in the webinar.